who decides which thing it's correct by the halacha? I don't know. By the Orthodox, there is maybe the great rabbi. I don't know who decides, and if they have something, who decides? I don't know. If in Betel they sit women and men together, and in another community they want to use the women talit, who decides or who says it's all right, it's not all right? Is there somebody like a great Masorti rabbinate?
Yeah, well, first of all, we have great Masorti rabbis who are very knowledgeable in halacha, and they actually write tshuvot, they write responsa about different issues. The way the conservative movement works worldwide is through a Jewish Law and Standards Committee, which is called CJLS, Committee on Jewish Law and Standards, okay, that sits in New York, that has 24 rabbis, and some, I think, a few lay leaders as well who are knowledgeable and bring the voice of the communities into that committee. And all the different halachic issues of the movement come up to them, and they work and decide on them. For example, issues of conversion, issues of women in the religious world. For example, the issue of brainstem research or determining the time of the death in the hospitals for organ donation. There are many, many different issues that come there, and they learn it very seriously. They don't only go to the sources of the Jewish tradition, okay, they also go and they open medical books, and they bring medical experts that teach them, and from them they combine between the modern world and the Jewish halacha world together. Maybe I'll give one nice example. I was just in Betel, Mexico a few days ago, and I see people sitting there on the floor and are packing up shoes, brand new, beautiful shoes. They're putting them in green and pink bags. So I see all these women sitting and men, and they're doing this. And I asked the rabbi, what is this? Okay, so he says, here's the time to learn what Masorti halacha is. So I'm going to teach you now Masorti halacha. It's actually a very moving and very sad story. It's a family that lost their 7-year-old daughter that was killed in a car accident. Her name was Tamara. And after the Shiva and the Shloshim, the difficult issues of the family and going into her room, and she has all these shoes, and they didn't know what to do with the shoes, because they heard that in Jewish tradition there is a practice to throw away the shoes of the deceased, that no one is allowed to wear them for different mystical reasons. Okay, so they came to the rabbi of Bet-El and asked them, is this true? Is this what we need to do? Some of them were brand new shoes, etc. So the rabbi opened the books, okay, and he came to a responsa of the Masorti movement, actually from a Rabbi David Golinkin in Jerusalem, which is one of our great scholars, teaches in the Schechter Institute, and he researched it throughout Jewish history, and he saw that this custom is based on some mistakes that people did not understand, and also all kind of mystical reasons that are not necessarily related to halacha. Okay, according to halacha, you're allowed to use shoes of someone that's deceased. Okay, and the best way that it's to handle these shoes is to give it to tzedakah, to give it to people of the poor. So suddenly the mother lit and had a smile on her face. Okay, and she said, "You know what? We'll collect the shoes of Tamar, and we will give it to the poor people of Mexico City." And Mexico City, I don't need to tell you, is a city that has many poor people. And they wanted to do it not just to inner Jewish project, but to donate to everyone in the Jewish community. That's, by the way, something special that only the Masorti community is doing. I don't think the Orthodox communities give out shoes and things like that.
They do a lot of God. Orthodox also do a lot of tikkun olam and a lot of these things. Maybe shoes not, but a lot of things.
To non-Jews?
To non-Jews.
Okay.
And in Mexico, it's a very common practice. We have to give something back to everybody. So
okay. So I take back what I said, but what they really started to do is to collect shoes. And when people heard about this project, until today they've collected 15,000 shoes
yes.
from